everybody, welcome to Stevie's World. Unfortunately, I was just walking through the living room and caught a snippet of a news segment about a woman being attacked at 7 o'clock tonight by two pit bulls. Unfortunately. And come here, girl. Come here. Sit down. Be in the video. Be in the video. And pit bulls aren't inherently dangerous. I think that they were either, improperly socialized or abused or neglected or taught to be mean. This girl right here wouldn't hurt a fly. She's my little baby girl. This is my service dog, Lucy. She's for psychiatric purposes. She's really tired right now. She just wants to go back to bed. But I was saddened by seeing that video, and I hope the woman's okay, and they'll probably put the dogs down, but, if they're dangerous, what are you gonna do? I mean, you can rehab them, but if a dog is mentally unstable, it could be unpredictable, so I don't know. But this girl, she's 2.5 years old now, and she was thrown out of a moving vehicle in Kentucky when she was not even old enough to be taken away from her mother with her sister, and her sister got hit and didn't make it, but a lady took them to the vet, and they fixed her up and got her healthy, and she was brought with some other adoptable puppies and dogs to Illinois, and we drove 2 hours almost to adopt her when she was 2 months old, and I started obedience training her right away, and then I trained her to some tasks to mitigate my psychiatric disabilities, and she does so good in public that people don't even notice she's there, and she has changed a lot of people's opinions on pit bulls. When I take her out in public, sometimes people are a little weary, but when they see how good she is and how well behaved she is, I think she's changed some minds and, made people maybe feel a little bit different about them. But that's my baby here. She helps me not have to take tranquilizers to go out in public. I have a hard time going out in public by myself. But don't shop, adopt, because I think they said like 2 million pit bulls are euthanized in kill shelters every year in the United States, and that's just doesn't have to happen. It's not necessary. Get your dogs fixed. Don't buy from a breeder or backyard breeder when there's so many nice dogs in shelters. I mean, look how she turned out so good, and she's not only my service dog, she's my best buddy, and she's a really good girl. Anyways, the reason for making this video really was to update you. I made a video about Seroquel withdrawal, and I was in really acute withdrawal at the time, and it was horrible. Hot flashes, cold flashes, sweating. Uh, my body was purging the chemicals out of any orifice they could come out of. I mean, my eyes were watering, my nose was running constantly, not stuffy, just running out all over the place. And, you know, my mouth was watering and so bad I just had to keep swallowing it. And, going to the bathroom to pee every 10-15 minutes, and that other potty problem that we don't, of course, want to talk about. And, yeah, just sweating out like straight chemicals. That stuff is poison. It's just straight poison. It's a replacement for a lobotomy. It's a chemical lobotomy. And once I got it pretty well out of my system, my body felt horrible, and like my bones hurt, my muscles hurt, my joints hurt, my skin hurt. I mean, my head felt like someone was splitting it open with an axe. Everything just hurt so bad. It was like a flu times 50. But once the acute withdrawal, getting a reflection from my glasses, started to lift, most of that went away. And mentally, my brain fog, that cloud that's in your head when you're medicated, it dissipated, and I started to be able to think more clearly and articulate my thoughts, and I got my sense of humor back. Like, my friends said I was more friendly and outgoing, and that I was the person that they remember meeting. And I can concentrate better. My depression level went way down. My anxiety went down. I was having anxiety when I was on them. The second I would wake up, I would just start to become really anxious. And it was just terrible. I mean, I wanted to put a gun in my mouth when I was on that stuff, And it really works the best for, like, to treat an ongoing manic episode that maybe you can't get out of. And then I think after couple weeks, couple months, you should be taken off of it. I don't think it's good for long-term use, except for maybe in schizophrenics, because it did a flip and it actually made me worse. It made my anxiety worse. It made my depression worse. It made my my bipolar mood swings worse. I was swinging, not just once in a while, but like from hour to hour, I was swinging. 1 hour you'd talk to me, the next hour you'd talk to me, it'd be completely different. And that has stopped. And the mixed episodes where you're manic and depressed and that makes you agitated, that stopped. I didn't get manic a lot anyways, but I did experience a lot of bipolar depression. And that's a lot better now. I just, I feel more human. I feel like a person again, Before the medicine, I was driving I was picking my son up from school. We were going out and doing things. I was actually, before I got the slip disc in my back, I was actually going to a gym and being around people and exercising, which physically made me feel better and mentally. And then about 6 months after I started taking the medicine is when it did the flip and started making me feel worse. And after a couple of years, I just wanted to die. I really didn't want to live anymore because I was like, if this is what my life's gonna be like, I can't continue. But I mean, I would never do anything because of my son. But the thought was there. I didn't have a plan, but the thought was there. And I just feel so much more clear-headed now, and I've been off them for about I'd say a little over 3 weeks now, and I haven't had really any mood swings. I've been a little crabby and smarmy because of the physical feelings of the withdrawal, but I read that you could have like a psychotic episode from going off cold turkey suddenly off your anti-psychotics, and that didn't happen. I actually got better. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not giving out medical advice, and I'm not saying that you should go off your meds. You should go to your doctor and have them taper you off slowly and properly, because you'll be much more comfortable with. I mean, you might feel some withdrawal, but it's not gonna be nothing like what I went through. And this girl right here, she really helped me through a lot. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, if you want to go off your meds and you have no choice but to go cold turkey, don't believe all the hype about it lasting forever, because I don't think it's true. I mean, everybody's different, but I was on it for a very long time at a high dosage and extended release, which makes it even harder to get off of. And I mean, it's been less than a month, and I'm already feeling so much better, so much better. I've been walking my dog and going out in public in the stores, and my Xanax did get taken away, but my nurse practitioner that I see at my bone surgeon's office has been giving me 5 milligrams just once a day at night of Valium, so I don't withdraw or have a seizure and get sick, and so that I can go to sleep, because when you go off of something like Seroquel, it's almost impossible to sleep. And even with the Valium, I have had where I've been awake for like 3 nights in a row, and if I would start to doze off, I'd get like this electrical jolt go through my brain, and it would wake me up real suddenly. But that has stopped, and now I mostly just kind of will just lay there and rest and think, or listen to my headphones, or watch TV, or stare at the ceiling in the dark, or whatever. But I'm just hoping that after so long that my brain and my body will heal, and maybe I can relearn how to sleep. I have been an insomniac pretty much since I was like early teens, but nothing compared to what I'm going through now. So just been really tired, but I'm trying to exercise, and that they say that can help speed up the withdrawal and recovery process. So just keeping active and trying to stay positive and knowing that this is not going to be forever. There is an end. And to be honest, I really don't want the Xanax back because, you know, I don't want to be on it for the rest of my life. And I read that, you know, when some doctors try to take you off of Xanax, they'll switch you to Valium, for one, to get it out of your system, and for two, because it is easier to wean you off of Valium than it is Xanax. It's a slower process, but it's less painful and less horrible. So right now, we just have me on, like I said, 5 milligrams a day at night to help me sleep and be more comfortable. And I have not gone back to a psychiatrist because, you know, she wouldn't fill my Xanax, she wouldn't fill my I'm sorry, I'm tired. She wouldn't fill my Seroquel, which is why I had to go off cold turkey, which I don't recommend, but I think it's quicker. Painful, but quicker. She wouldn't even, I called to request her sending in my Remeron, my antidepressant, which helps give me an appetite and used to help me sleep, but it doesn't anymore. But so I had to go off that too, all at the same time. So that might have been what made it so bad, was going off so many things at one time. But not completely out of the woods, but I feel like I have a new lease on life, and I just feel so much better. And I haven't had, you know, a mental breakdown, or I've had a little anxiety, but not like crazy panic attacks that are, you know, debilitating. And when I'm in public, I got my girl here, so, and she knows deep pressure therapy to calm anxiety, and you know, she'll lick my arms and hands and calm me down, and you know, she knows some tasks to mitigate my disabilities. So yeah, don't give up. It's not impossible. It'll feel like it for a while when you're in the acute stages of withdrawal, but there is such thing as extended withdrawal syndrome, where it'll last for months, but it's nothing compared to the acute withdrawal that you'll experience at first. So I just wanted to give a quick update and let you see my girl here for a while. I think she fell asleep in my arms. It's very late and I need to get to bed, so please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them. And if you have any requests or anything you'd like to me to make a video about, leave it in the comments and I'll take it into consideration. Future videos that I was thinking of doing might be like about fibromyalgia, arthritis, scoliosis, and kyphosis, which is the humpback, which I had both and had spinal fusion surgery with rods put in my spine to hold it still while fused together. It's called spinal fusion surgery, and I'll be talking about that. And I don't know, some other things that I made a list of. So I'm just rambling now. So I'm gonna go to bed. And thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great night. Take a nice editors. Okay, bye guys.